Namaskar, welcome to another episode of the Ink Happiness. Today we are going to talk about something very interesting in the sense that many of you ask me about this particular thing, and I believe, especially for people who are new in this hobby or who are thinking of entering into this hobby, uh, I wanted to discuss a couple of things, share my experience, whatever little that I have uh, about collecting pens, and I thought I will share it with you instead of showing you another new pen or talking about a pen. We are going to talk about certain things that are very pertinent to this art of collecting pens, especially vintage pens. Now, just a couple of days back, I'm thinking of doing this story because just a couple of days back, this gentleman came to me with a beautiful duofold pen in Mandarin yellow, and which, of course, he wanted to sell to me. Now, this a thing about Mandarin yellow duofold is that it's one of those pens that are extremely rare. Uh, Not only because it's so old. We all know about the history of the Parker duofold and when it was made, blah blah blah. I won't take you into it. We've discussed it in the past, but this particular pen is rare because the Mandarin yellow duofold, among all the others were of course red, black, and jade green colors. These were the primary colors, and jade green is also very rare, but Mandarin yellow is very rare because it's so fragile. The pen is extremely, because for various reasons, the pen is very fragile, which is why not many pristine copies are examples are there in the market, and that is why it has become a kind of very collectible pen. Now, this gentleman, he said this is a family heirloom and blah blah blah, and I want to send it to you because I need the money and I have no use of this pen. It's been lying in a drawer, unheeded and unloved. So I thought I'll give it to you and realize whatever it's worth. So he had bought the pen, evaluated by someone, and he talked about a particular figure, X amount that he wanted for this pen, which I agreed to because I thought it was a reasonable price for the pen. And then at the very last moment, this gentleman said, he give me, a couple of days, let me think about it, and perhaps because I had agreed to his price so easily, he went back and he said, I will be back on a particular date and I'll bring the pen and you get the money ready. Now, on that particular date, he didn't come, he didn't show up. So what I did was, naturally, I called him up. Now, what happened was, this man, perhaps, again, repeating myself, perhaps because I had agreed to whatever price he had asked for without getting into an argument or getting into lengthy negotiations and blah blah blah, he was a bit skeptical because perhaps he was under the impression that he was selling it too cheap. So he took the pen to what they do normally, most of them. They took the pen to a jeweler and wanted to have the nib evaluate separately, because these are gold nibs, and people have this idea that a part costs more than the whole, and they think that they are able to extract more price by selling the gold nib than by selling the pen in its totality. So, I mean, to cut a long story short, he took the pen to a jeweler, and this jeweler, right honorable gentleman, he wanted to prise open the nib, and in trying to do so, he broke the pen. Now, what I want to say is a couple of things here. This is a long story that I recounted for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is that a part can never be more expensive than the whole. That's number one. These are my feelings I'm sharing with you. So the nib cannot be more expensive than the pen, because, in the process what happened was that this pen was lost. This pen, which is, a piece of art, a piece of history, a piece of our legacy, a piece of fountain pen making prowess of mankind, was lost forever, just because someone was stupid, because someone was too a son of mammon, too greedy, and because someone does not or could not or will not honor the passion that we fountain pen lovers have for these old pens. So that's number one. Number two, perhaps more importantly, is that people, they when they come across these old pens, either they throw it away, give it to the raddiwalas at cheap prices, very cheap throwaway prices, or they expect the world in terms of pricing. Now, there is a very subtle difference between price and value. On one level, it's huge, but on a different level, it's very subtle in the sense that something may have a cost, but the value, in terms of the value, it may be priceless to the right person. If something belongs to my family, to my father, to my grandfather, to my forefathers, it's priceless to me because it's part of my family, it's part of my legacy, it's part of who I am. As a fountain pen lover, as a collector, a pen may be priceless to me. It doesn't matter what kind of monies may have gone into the making of it, the cost of it, at what price it was sold in 1903. These things don't matter. Some things, it's the intrinsic value, the value of the pleasure that this particular pen gives to me. So naturally, to the right collector, the price will be much more than if it is sold to a dealer, because to a dealer or to someone who's a businessman, it's just another item that you buy from the market and buy from X and sell to Y, in the process making a profit. We are not here for making a profit. We are here for restoring our history. We are here for the love of it. So this is one thing, please remember, all of you, those of you who are collectors and those of you who may be, selling of family pieces, family jewels. collections of generations past. So that's one part of the story. The second part of the story is that I wanted to show you that when old pens come to us, in what form they come and how, over a period of time, painstakingly, we put the story together that in turn we show to you. Now, let me show you this pen. This pen, these two pens, in fact, they were brought to me by my good friend Sudipto Chatterjee, who collected it from an old estate sale somewhere in North Calcutta. And he is an ephemera collector, so he goes there for his own interests, and if he comes across pens, he collects them, picks them up for me. Now, this is one pen. It looks beautiful, as you can see. But here also, you will see that the nib is missing. What people do is they take off the nib, they sell the nib separately, and then they try to hog these pens. Fine. But the problem is, this is an unmarked pen. It does not have the name of the manufacturer written or etched anywhere. You and I can understand this is an old pen. We can understand that this is an ebonite field. But without the name, it becomes very difficult to accurately date this pen. So, this has a nice feed, but there is no name. And I think that this ebonite feed has also over time expanded to such an extent that fitting a nib will be difficult, but we'll work on this. I wanted to show you this pen before going ahead, because this is how these pens come to us, and then we try to fuse together the history of this pen, to identify this pen, and to get as close to the nib that was originally fitted. Now, the point is, the nib in all probability was sold to a jeweler for the cost of the material. They won't, and that too at a substantially lower cost than at lower price than what it would have fetched if it was still a part of this pen. So this is one thing that I wanted to say. The second pen that he got is even more interesting. This is a bakelite pen, which has these are vanishing point pens from the early 20th century. So this here also, there is no nib. The feed is inside. I'll show you in a moment. But here also, the point that I want to make is that, while somebody must have tried to pry open the nib, and in trying to do so, what they have done is they have, or in all probability, the piston has been broken. This piston should have moved, and there should have been a kind of a contraption here that would lock the pen, but that locking mechanism is broken. So now things will be even more difficult for us, for me, to have this lock mended and then have a particular nib fitted into it, so that we can have this pen in running condition. I mean, I'll hope that I can get it, so this is not working. Otherwise, this nib should stick out. I hope that I can get this working again, because these kind of pens, this is certainly more than 100 years old, and this kind of pens cannot be bought off the shelf these days. To a Raddiwala, this has no meaning, because it's just the thing without the nib, so nobody can write. But to us, in terms of price, as I was saying, this might not cost much, but in terms of value, it's priceless. And yes, I did pay a very hefty price to buy even these broken pens. In all probability, they will not ever get mended, but I still bought them because this is history is not something. History is not a novel. It's not something that you always have to have a happy ending where they live together forever and after. Most of it is sad, broken, dilapidated, destroyed, devastated endings. But still, you cannot deny your past. So that's it. So I just wanted to show you these pens and share my feelings, share my affection, share my two bits about old pens and vintage pens, and how it takes long periods of time, because there are not many people who can mend these pens also. There are not many people who know the techniques of mending them. There are not many people who even know how it works. I, for one, certainly don't know how to mend them, and I don't try. I don't even try. I leave it for the experts. But that's it. But and the thing is, let's try. Inshallah, we'll do well. And if we get it working, I hope to come back to you with another episode and show you the writing samples. Thank you. Stay well. If you like what we are doing, please like and share and comment on the thing. Please comment. Please write to me, write to us, because there is another thing about your comments. It's not only me who's reading your comments. Everybody who comes to the channel, who are watching, they are reading your comments, and they are in turn commenting on your comments. And so in certain cases, we have very interesting conversations that build up over a period of time around what you say, or what you say to what I say. So the thing is, this is a conversation, and it's these kind of conversations that keep this entire thing going. And so please like and share, because it matters, and it matters one hell of a lot. This YouTube algorithms and all that, I don't understand. I'm a pen guy. I'm an antiquarian. I'm myself vintage, so not much into the technology stuff, but I'm analog in a digital world, but I need your help. And so please like and share and comment, and please tell us what kind of stories that you want to hear, what kind of pens that you want to see, what kind of inks that you want tasted, what kind of paper, and anything related to even desk accessories. So incidentally, this is this is also antique. This is a metal piece with a beautiful patina, which is a kind of a paperweight that I use. So thank you, and let's get in touch again sometime next week. Thank you. Next Saturday, to be precise. Thank you, and have a great week ahead. Thank you.